Friday, May 23rd, Daniel Harding conducts his last concert as the chief of the Stockholm Radio Symphony with works by Mendelssohn, Mahler, and this lovely piece by 99-year-old composer Betsy Jolas called Ces belles années, those wonderful years. Wow. There's a photo. The photo to me is so revealing. On the left, you have Daniel Harding, who is in the fullness, in the middle of his career, full of life and strength and energy. And on the right, you have Betsy Jolas there, being presented to the audience by Simon Rattle. On the occasion, I believe, when the work of hers, which is being played tonight, by Daniel Harding and the Swedish Radio Symphony at Berwald Hallen, was first premiered because Simon Rattle commissioned that work. Anyway, let me tell you about the concert. It's at Berwald Hallen, which is where the the Swedish Radio Symphony plays. They'll play Mendelssohn's Violin Concerto in E minor with Joshua Bell, a very fine violinist, the soloist there. Then they'll do Gustav Mahler's Das Lied von der Erde with Andrew Staples, the tenor, and Fleur Baron, the mezzo. This was Mahler's unnumbered symphony. It would have been the ninth, and everybody was concerned at the time about the curse of the Ninth Symphony, so he didn't want to call it a ninth. And then he went on to write a Ninth Symphony, which was very sad. But anyway, I want to talk to you about Betsy Jolas, okay? And Ces belles années, which literally it means these beautiful years, but beautiful in that context in French meant wonderful years. It was co-commissioned by the London Symphony Orchestra, the Festival of Aix-en-Provence in the south of France, and the Cleveland Orchestra. And it had its premiere a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, actually, in 2023 at the Barbican. And it opened the symphony evening at the Opera Festival down there in Aix-en-Provence. Holds every year on Bastille Day, and Fleur Baron will be the mezzo singing with it. This was a piece which what happened was, Betsy Jolas at the time, she's like 99 now, she's 97 years old. She thinks she's done composing, and she gets a call from Simon Rattle because the LSO wants to commission her to do another piece. So she didn't feel she could refuse. Who is Betsy Jolas? Well, she was born in 1926. Like I said, almost 100 years old. And moved to the United States with her parents as a teenager, 14 years old. Well, the war broke out in France and the Germans won. So then she went to Bennington College there, where she studied with various people and also became acquainted. It's noted in her bio with 16th century polyphony and composers like Palestrina, whom I sang a lot as a choir boy myself as a boy. Anyway, the war ends and in 1946, she goes back to Paris. She's studying at the National Conservatory with people like Darius Milhaud and Olivier Messiaen. About 20 years later, she ends up, replacing Olivier Messiaen at the same conservatory. But she's also, she taught all over the place. Tanglewood, Yale, Harvard, Mills College. I went to school. I had a girlfriend at Mills College when I was at Stanford. All these little ways, 6 degrees of separation. Anyway, so she comes up with this absolutely lovely piece called Ces belles années, which is for soprano and orchestra, which is an unusual combination for her. Anyway, I want to read to you the text. The text, she didn't pick some formal text. She just put one together on her own. And it's just a lovely little text. And I'll read it to you in the French and then give you the translation in English. Oh, la joie de ces beaux jours. Célébrons sans cesse ces beaux jours, toutes ces belles années. Venez, venez, amenez vos amis, tous vos amis. And that means, oh, the joy of those wonderful years. Let us celebrate those wonderful years endlessly. Those wonderful years, all those wonderful years. Come and bring all your friends, all of them. Et toi, le tout petit, dans ton berceau, tu viendras aussi. Et vous, là-bas qui passez, venez aussi. That means, and you little baby in your cradle, you will come too. And hey, you over there that's passing by, you come too. Chantons tous ensemble. Chantons la joie. La joie. That means let us all sing together, singing the joy, the joy. And then the laughter at the end. No, that's in the text. I didn't make that up. That's Betsy Jolas and what she wanted to express. It's a lovely piece. It's only 12 minutes long, but I wouldn't miss it if I were you. I wouldn't miss it for the world. And it'll be played live tonight at 7 o'clock in the evening, free of charge by the Swedish Radio Symphony. I think that's on their own website. We give you the link to it. And that's 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the East Coast and 10 in the morning on the West Coast. That's one reason why we're doing this live stream a little early rather than a couple hours from now, which is when we usually go. I want to make sure we have time to get the word out about Betsy Jolas and this lovely piece about those wonderful years. This is someone who's lived through it all, and she's telling you it was great. So check it out. I highly recommend it and urge you not to miss it. So there. You've never heard me give a recommendation like that before.